Why ride multiple horses instead of just sticking with one? Why ride multiple horses instead of just sticking with one? For a lot of riders, that question comes up the moment they start feeling comfortable with a favorite horse and don't want to leave that comfort zone. In this video, the goal is to share why riding different horses has completely changed my riding skills, confidence, and feel in the saddle, featuring 3 very special horses: Prince, Red, and Highness. Why ride multiple horses? Riding multiple horses forces the rider to stop relying on one horse's habits and start relying on correct position, timing, and communication. Each horse becomes a mirror for different strengths and weaknesses, and that variety accelerated learning in a way one horse alone rarely can. This video will walk through what Prince, Red, and Highness each taught me and how those lessons connect into one bigger idea. The rider's energy, focus, and clarity matter more than any single horse. Prince, learning to be the pilot. Prince was the first horse that really demanded for me to step up and be the pilot, not the passenger. Prince is a smaller horse in the riding string, which means if there is no intention about pace and track, he easily gets left behind on the trail of lesson horses. On Prince, every approach to a jump exposed whether it was commitment or hesitation. Come in without a plan, without giving him confidence, and he would simply say nope and refuse. Bring clear energy, a balanced form, and an intentional canter, and suddenly the same jump became smooth and easy. Prince forced a focus on form, staying tall, centered, and organized over the fence; pace, actively keeping the canter instead of passively hoping he would maintain it; energy, showing up to the ride with enough positive energy to offer him confidence instead of asking him to create it alone. Riding Prince made it clear that if the rider does not bring leadership into the arena, some horses will simply not move forward for them. Red, channeling go and sharing the learning curve. Red was the complete opposite energy from Prince. From day one, there was a strong connection and a sense that Red was ready to go. Maybe a little too ready. Red is hot and forward, the kind of horse that loves to carry more energy than the exercise really needs. The challenge was not to create energy, but to harness it. Instead of letting that forward drive turn into rushing, it had to be turned into focused, adjustable power. Red was also a student, new to the jumping scene and figuring out how to read lines and approaches. There were plenty of rushed exercises where both energies fed off of each other, turning jump lines into mini speed rounds instead of a thoughtful schooling. The breakthrough came in a jump line, circle, turn exercise. By staying mentally on one step ahead, using circles and turns to rebalance, I finally got Red thinking with them instead of ahead of them. With Red, the lesson was, forward is not the problem, unmanaged forward is. The rider's job is to shape that go into rhythm, balance, and focus. Highness, communication at a higher level. Highness changed everything. Unlike Prince and Red, Highness is not a lesson horse. She comes with years of training and a solid foundation in jumping. Riding her for the first time felt less like a familiar lesson and more like a test of everything I had learned so far. After 2 years of riding, that first ride on Highness made it feel like the basics were missing. She heard every cue, every tiny shift, and she responded honestly to it. If the approach to the jump was slow, disorganized, or full of mixed signals, she didn't magically fix it. She simply reflected exactly what she was being asked, often resulting in approaches that were too slow or too sloppy. With Red, there was an expectation that the horse would always carry the energy and take the jump. With Highness, that expectation fell apart. If speed and energy was not adjusted, she didn't fix it for the rider. She waited for clear communication. To bridge that gap, I started to ride bareback with Highness. Without a saddle, every shift in weight, every leg aid, and every tension in my body became obvious. Those rides were all about refining feel. Was the seat really following her movement? Were the cues consistent or noisy and confusing? Was I asking for balance or accidentally asking for something else? The breakthrough moment came in the first full jumping course that finally felt right. We carried forward momentum that was controlled instead of rushed, meeting the jumps with purpose instead of panic. There were still details to improve, but the difference was clear. Communication had become a partnership instead of a guessing game. How each horse fits into the bigger picture. Prince, Red, and Highness each push on different riding skills. Prince sharpens form, pace, and leadership. Red teaches how to channel forward energy into thoughtful, balanced work, and Highness demands refined communication and mental clarity at a higher level. Riding just one of them would have developed some of those skills, but riding all three built a deeper toolkit. Switching between horses removed the option to rely on one horse's quirks and forced a focus on universal fundamentals, balance, timing, and energy. For riders watching this, the message is simple. If there is a chance to ride multiple horses, take it. Each horse will teach something different, and together, those lessons build a more adaptable, thoughtful, and confident rider.